It's Monday morning on the newspaper review segment right here at Prime Media TV. I'm Ayo bringing you all of the headlines that we have to be reviewed with you this morning. But for today, far on the front page of the newspaper, we have some stories that we know will interest a lot of Nigerians out there. Earlier this year, we are taking the story on this table as regards an investigative journalist that was unlawfully arrested in Nigeria. And we would like that you take note of the fact that this person is actually running a faceless account on Twitter, which is now known as X. And from the 1st of August to the 10th of August, a lot of social media, or a lot of his followers actually, they notice he hasn't been as active as he used to. Then some of his friends whom they've worked together on quite a number of projects, they began to raise alarm. This person is going by the handle 99% oppressed on Twitter. These friends of his raised an alarm, and it was then that one of the state security had said they arrested one man by the name Isaac Bristol, and they know that he is the one that is operating that faceless account by the name 99% oppressed. But this man, Isaac Bristol, was arraigned to court, remanded in court for a certain number of days. But the man has been released, who is also sharing his story. But the essence of taking the story is basically to hear the experience of a lot of Nigerians out there who were unlawfully arrested for what they know nothing of. At the same time, there are still a lot of speculations as regards if truly the 99% oppressed, the faceless account, has been the person behind that account has been found, because currently as we speak the account is still not functioning. But then let's hear from Isaac Bristol as he shares his story.
I'm a native of Kuruma community in Boni local government area of Rivers State. I believe by now some of you are familiar with the picture that is being displayed on this video. Well, that's me. I've not told the world my story before, but today I want to tell the world my story. I want to tell the world how state actors working under the instruction of a very powerful individual in the presidency under the current President Bola Tinubu's government kidnapped me, tortured me, detained me, flew me from Port Harcourt to Abuja, arraigned me in court, and sent me to prison, Kuje prison. It's a very touching and traumatic experience. One that will bring tears in the eyes of Nigerians that will listen. My story is long, but I will do it in parts. I'll be dropping it gradually so people can hear the truth, listen attentively, and get the message. Here is my story. On the 5th of August, I was in my hotel room when I heard an unusual knock from the receptionist, because I know the receptionist's voice. That hotel is the one I normally use whenever I'm in Port Harcourt, because the hotel is just a stone throw from my family house. Whenever I'm in Port Harcourt, I like staying in hotels because of my comfort and privacy, because I don't base in Port Harcourt. I only visit once in a while, even though I'm from Rivers State. So on this occasion, I was in my room when I heard this unusual knock. I was scared because I had a terrible experience the previous day, which is 4th of August. I, my elder brother, and my sister, we actually went out to see one of our other siblings, which I have not been able to see since I came to Port Harcourt. So while returning back, we are almost double-crossed by one vehicle that had tinted glass and was unmarked. When my elder brother was brave enough to maneuver along Obirikwere, the vehicle chased us, but my brother was able to drive and we escaped. So hurriedly, when we got to the estate, my brother stopped and entered his estate. I had to follow a filling station close to the estate to enter my hotel, the hotel where I'm lodging. So when that 5th, I heard that knock, my mind was, oh, these guys did not trail us. Did not trail me to this hotel room. That knock was unusual. As I peeped through the window of the convenience where I was at the moment when the knock was coming. I saw plainclothes men. I saw men with guns putting on jeans. I was like, those kidnappers are here. You know, one of the security tips we have from the Nigerian police is that don't keep SMS alerts, don't keep bank transactions, don't keep anything that you know that has to do with money related transactions on your phone. And I'm a crypto dealer. I have lots of this in my phone. I have SMS alerts. I have this, you understand, for evidence sake. So when that thing happened, as they were knocking, I was scared. The time was too short. So I now checked the monetary value of what I have in my phone and the value of my phone. I checked that, look, what I have in my phone is far, far, far greater than the value of the phone. So the fastest thing that struck my heart was to destroy the phone. So I quickly broke the phone and tried to flush it. So while trying to flush it, those people broke into the hotel room and they saw me flushing the phone. So immediately one of them tied nylon bag and brought out the phone. But I've destroyed the phone, even to the board. So they tried bringing out the phone. They finally brought out the phone. The next thing I heard was, oh, kidnapper, we don't finally catch her. They started beating me. They beat the hell out of me, used gun butts and everything to hit me left, right, center. I was asking them, what did I do? What did I do? Can you please allow me identify myself? They did not give me the chance. They started beating me, kidnapper, kidnapper. So while they were beating me, I saw the manager enter the hotel room. I told the manager, please tell my sister, because the manager knows my sister very well. Whenever I'm in Port Harcourt, I used to lodge in that hotel. The manager knows that I stay in that hotel. He knows my sister because my family members used to come and see me whenever I'm in that hotel. I said, please tell my sister that I have been arrested or have been kidnapped. I don't know who these men are and where they are taking me to. So they say they are policemen, but they did not identify where they are coming from and where they are taking me to. So I told him, please tell them, tell my family members. So the manager did not answer me. At the end of the day, they took me. But much later, I discovered the manager was part of those that planned with the police to come and arrest me. He was among the plan. Later, I knew. You know, the police can never be your friend. You can never trust them. When they need information, they will sell out whoever that gives them information. So that's just it. When they need favor, they will sell out whoever that gives them information. So I later discovered that the manager, one Remy Juice in Osmosis Hotel, was part of the people that conspired. He was the one the police used in getting across to me. That's the story for another day. I will tell you people that part. So at the end of the day, these people now took me. When they were taking me out, they've already chained my legs. They've handcuffed me tightly behind. I was like, please, what did I do? They forced me out of the hotel room, took me down from the upstairs, downstairs. They came with two vehicles. One was a Jeep and one a Sienna bus. These vehicles, they were unmarked, had no number, no painting, nothing on them. You understand? No police, nothing, no official signage to show that they are police officers. So when we got to the vehicle, they brought out one of my singlets and blindfolded me. Blindfolded me and threw me inside the vehicle. But before we entered, there were people everywhere because my family estate is just close to the hotel. People came out. They were looking at me. So this bros na kidnapper. I was like, oh, the disgrace was much. Even in the hotel, everybody, so this bros na kidnapper. So that's how they now took me to their vehicle, now blindfolded me and forced me. I'm a very tall person. I'm over 6'3". So, but when they forced me, I had bruises on my leg because the vehicle was tight and I was blindfolded. I don't know where I'm going to sit. So they now squeezed me in the vehicle, squeezed me tightly. When we entered the vehicle, they were saying that you can never survive. You will die. I was like, what did I do? Because I was blindfolded. I don't even know who is talking to me. They took me. The vehicle drove until I don't know where they took me to. When they parked, they now dragged me out of the vehicle. Another round of injury. They started saying I should walk. I should walk gradually. They were dragging me like dog. Dragged me from one point to another point. I don't know where they were taking me to. They dragged me until we got to a place. They said, be careful when you are climbing. They said, raise your leg up. Raise one leg up. Remember, my legs were chained. My hands were handcuffed behind. So that was how I walked with them. While we are going, I was hearing dogs, the barks of dogs. They are telling me that dog will eat you. Dog will chomp you. Dog will tear you into pieces. I didn't say anything. I was begging them, please leave me. What did I do? They now took me to one office. There was the first place they removed this blindfold from her. They removed this blindfold from my hands. 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 They removed this blindfold from my han
All right, you can hear from him already. That is just a part of the story. We'll be looking at the other part of the story, but I would like to take note of something. He mentioned that he was equipped his deal as a result of a lot of informations that he had on his phone. He had to smash the phone just so as soon as those people got into his hotel room, he had to smash the phone so that it destroyed the phone completely. But I would like that you note that the 99% oppressed, also, he was traced according to the information that we got between the time that he was kidnapped. He was traced with his Binance Know Your Customer, his KYC registration, and all of that. That was how he was traced. So that is the part of the story I want you to take note of. So pay attention to the other part of the story, and we come back to look at it.
Glasses very well. So they removed the blindfold, and one man was there without uniform. The man started snapping me, did video of me, and he asked them to blindfold me and take me out for another round of torture. They took me out there, they started beating me, hitting me, butts of guns. They tied, I was already on blindfold, remember? They started hitting me, punching me, and the rest. After that, they dropped me under the sun, asked me to sit down flat. I should sit down, stretch my legs. I sat down, stretched my leg with my back, with my hands handcuffed behind. So there, people were coming. They will come, they will hit me guns, they will hit me, they will blow me, they will slap me. There, I stayed there until after a few hours, they now took me to their office and asked me to face the wall. They took me to face the wall. I faced the wall. That was where I was. Ask people that know anti-kidnapping very well. They know how their offices are. So I entered the office. They kept me there. Remember, I was on blindfold. I stayed there until it was very late in the night. I don't remember. I've endured pains several hours because the handcuff was so tight. It was so tight that my bone, my veins were almost cutting off. My hands were swollen. I begged and begged and begged, but of no effect. As I speak with you today, these two fingers, they are dead. I cannot feel life on these fingers anymore. These two fingers, due to they handcuffed me for days. So let me proceed. While I was there, when it got very late, they now brought me out from their office. They asked me to go. I was going. I felt they want to go and kill me because I don't know where I was going. I was still on blindfold. Remember, for all those hours I stayed, these people came to arrest me like around after 2 to 3, between 2 and 3. That's when they came to arrest me. At least I remember the time last, between 2 and 3 on that 5th. So it was very late, like past 12. Remember, I've been on handcuff till past 12, close to past 12. That's when these people now took me into their cell when it was very late. So when they were taking me to the place they were taking me to, I don't know if it was cell or to can kill me because they waited until everybody, the place was quiet. So I was following them. I don't know where they were taking me to. I followed until we are following very narrow paths. How people that know anti-kidnapping, how the back is, Aku, in Port Harcourt, Mini Okoro, they should ask people. So that's why they took me. I went there. They now opened the cell. All I saw was cell opening. The next thing, they pushed me inside. Immediately they pushed me inside. I didn't know what they tell the people in the cell. The beating was out of this world because I was chained leg and hand. Those people started beating me without any provocation. They beat me until I passed out. That was where they now left me. I pretended to have died. They now left me. I stayed there until past 3. I now woke up. They now asked me, how much do I have in my hands? I said, no money. They said in the morning that I don't have money. Oh, once we get to daybreak, I am finished. I was crying in my mind. I said, God, what will I do? These people now, the officers now came like to 5. They came to call me. Isaac, wake up. Those boys in the cell, oh boy, they won't go kill this guy. They won't go kill this guy. Because the impression they gave those people in the cell that I'm a notorious kidnapper stroke armed robbery suspect that have been disturbing Port Harcourt. People they kept me in the cell with are deadly kidnappers, armed robbers, people with violent crimes on their head. They kept me with them in one cell. So immediately they say, they don't go travel this guy. They don't buy him. They don't kill him. That was what they were saying. Because to 5, they now came to call me. Remember, I regained consciousness by past 3, but to 5, they came to carry me. So when I followed them, a patrol van was already waiting. They said I should climb the van. They pulled one of the handcuffs from my hand to chain me to the van. And officers climbed. They said I should be taking them to my house. I told them I don't have a home. I don't stay in Port Harcourt. I only travel down here. That this is the hotel you people met me. That's where I'm lodging. Because I was scared. If I take them to my family house, these people are deadly. They were carrying 4 magazines, 4 magazines on one gun. They may end up killing my family members and killing me. So I don't know their mission. I don't know the reason why I was arrested, because I'm very sure I'm not a kidnapper. So they now carried me. When I insisted that, look, I don't have a home. I only travel down. That you people packed my properties. You packed everything in the hotel room when you came. You packed almost everything I have in the hotel room. You packed my bags, everything, even provisions I bought, you took there. So why are you insisting I have a home? I said, I don't have a home. So at the end of the day, they now saw that I was insisting I don't have a home. They now brought me down from the vehicle and took me back to the cell. When I entered the cell, the people in the cell now asked for their money, which I don't have. Because when they arrested me, these police officers took all the money from my pocket. They took all the money I have. They stole everything. Anti-kidnapping section, Minokuru, is one of the most notorious. They are thieves. These people took my clothes and started wearing it the next day. Took my wash and everything, my palm slippers, my shoes, my designer clothes. They wore it to work the next day. People that arrested me, they are thieves. I can identify them. I know their faces. I can identify them. But it's just the genesis of the story. So when they now took me to the cell, those people in the cell, I begged them I don't have money. So I received slaps and beatings and blows from them. Remember, when they were taking me to the cell back, they still chained me back to my hands. 2 days I've been chained, leg and hand, where they took me in the cell. Leg and hand, 2 days. So those people started slapping, blowing, and the rest. I was begging them that, look, if any of my relative comes, I'm going to give you people money. Please leave me, leave me. I'm already restrained by this chain, leg and hand. Later, they left me because I made a promise to them that I'm going to give them money. One of them now opened up. Bros, no be we they beat you now. Officers and say, mo beat you, mo kill you for ya. Mo make sure so beat you, so you get massive injury for ya. Now they give us instruction. So not that day, but it was later, because we later became friends. They told me the truth. So that was how that happened. I went through that trauma for those days. So remember, the day I was arrested, I did not eat. The next day, I did not eat. They told me, the boys insisted that those who said they should not give me food or give me water. They should starve me. The 3rd day, I felt sick because of the beating and the torture. I started having fever. And this fever was much. So that was the day they came and started throwing dry bread and gari. So I don't used to eat anyhow. And moreover, I don't know the mission of these people that came to throw this dry bread and gari. Although I was hungry, I was sick and hungry. I was thirsty, but I cannot eat because.
All right, so you can see that. But something I'm just taking note of in this story is the fact that um over time, about once or twice, I have actually listened to 99% Oppressed in one of his Twitter, in some of his Twitter space that he held. This person, to some extent, is not sounding like 99% Oppressed. But the essence of this is so you can get insights into the number of Nigerians who over time has been unlawfully arrested and arraigned to court for what they know nothing about. But then let's go to the concluding part of this story. There's still a lot of things because we are actually following up on this guy's story. Currently, while he was at the court, he was asked if he was the one operating the faceless account by the name 99% oppressed. He said no. he said no, wasn't the one handling that account. So a lot of persons are asking, okay, now that you are coming out to tell us your story, how come you are the one they assumed to be the one operating the account? And while a lot of people are raising alarm, even on this table, it raised alarm for the release of this man. The picture that was displayed on for his release, but he hasn't said anything categorically as to if he was 99% oppressed. So let's see the final laps and call it a day.
and hungry. I was thirsty, but I cannot eat because I don't know if they have intentions to kill me. Because when they were throwing for others, mine they gave me, so I couldn't eat it. Remember, my leg and hands were still handcuffed. I cannot even eat the food. So it was the day they brought the food. They said, if you want to eat more, come on, handcuff for you. I may eat the food. If you eat, I will handcuff you back. I said, no, I don't want to eat. They now kept me there. So I was so feverish. They observed that I was almost dying. They now brought me out of the cell and took me to one of their offices. There, they asked me what's happening to me. I said, I'm very sick. I need medication. They said they cannot give me medication. It's an instruction. I said, okay, what do I do now? Okay, the money you took from me, can you go get me drugs from there? They said they cannot. Okay, that was what happened. So then I said, what else? I said, I'm hungry too. I need to eat something. I've not eaten now for 3 days. So they now went to get me food. I said, I will not eat. One of them wanted to, I said, I will not eat. That they should call the person that is selling food to come because I was scared of them. They now called the woman. The woman came. She's a Calabar woman. I can identify her today if I see her. So I told her, Madam, give me food. So she brought the food and sold me in their front. That was how I ate the food. I prayed over it. I ate rice stew, and banana. They are watching this video, they can attest to it. I took rice stew and banana. I couldn't eat because I had no appetite. Already, my stomach is already blocked due to the beatings and torture I've gone through and the days of not eating food. So I took little of it, and that was the first I took little water as well. They now took me back to cell and kept me. That was it. That was just all. I started asking, what did I do? What did I do? So that anti-kidnapping section unit in Minokoro, they are notorious. They go out, some people, they will just allege you, bring you to that their place, they will detain you, they will extort millions from you, especially people that are targeting all those Yahoo boys. Once they saw some group of boys came, they brought them for detention there. I don't know where I am. No member of my family had ever come to look for me. I was scared. I don't know what's happening. I don't even know the station because I have not been to that back of that station before. So I had to use the food that those people ate in the cell, the goosey soup. I had to use by book. I used to use this in a toothpick, broom to soak. I soak the broom inside the goosey soup oil to write inside carton, to write on top of carton the phone number of my brother. I wrote and gave to one of the Yahoo boys that, please, if you go out, please call my brother for me. I had to use that. I soaked the broom, call my brother and tell him that I am in Minokoro police station. So that was, the boy now promised that he's going to do that for me. I was now hoping and praying. So those boys, at the end of the day, their family was able to raise the 5 million they asked for bribe. They paid and they released those boys. So when those boys went out, I was believing that, my brother will come. So unknown to me, my brother came. When my brother came to the hotel, to the Minokoro police station, they lied and denied that I am not in that station. Because my brother had gone to the hotel after my sister tried reaching me on phone, couldn't get me. She went to the hotel to check where everybody now am lodged. The manager, the manager refused to tell my sister that I was arrested. It's someone that told my sister that I was arrested in that hotel. So my sister called my brother. So my brother mobilized people. They went to meet the manager. They said they wanted the CCTV camera off to know the people that kidnapped me. The manager refused to release that CCTV camera, lying that the CCTV camera is not working. So my brother made problems. He went out, they radioed all police stations, they went to DSS, they went to EFCC, they did everything to get across, but there was no way. Finally, they were able to trace when my brother had to put much pressure. The manager said, okay, Namini Okoro people come carry your brother. They even come and make a come. That was how my brother now knew that they are from Inokoro. He now went with my sister. When they got there, the police denied that I wasn't brought there. So that was on the 9th. So when the police knew that my family had traced me to that place, the next day, which is 10th, they flew me to Abuja. My next story will be how they took me to Abuja. You people will not believe that inside the flight, I was handcuffed. United Nigerian Airlines, be ready for me. Be ready for me. You will tell the world. You will pay damages until you fold up. You allowed criminal police officers working for vested interest in the presidency to fly me in your flight with handcuff after declaring me a kidnapper and a notorious armed robber. You allowed them to fly me. I was handcuffed for 1 good hour. Remember the date, 10th of August 2024. United Nigeria Airlines, you allowed criminal police officers to fly me with handcuff against ICAO law. I was handcuffed from Port Harcourt to Abuja. 6 p.m. flight. People that saw me in airport, look at this video, you will remember me. People that saw me in that flight, you will remember me. United Nigeria Airlines, be ready. You will pay damages until we shut down. I am coming for you. Part 2 of my story, I will tell you how they took me to Abuja and what transpired. Thank you. Stay tuned for the.
All right, so that's the development. Though I noticed some discrepancies in some of the things that he said, especially the time where he mentioned the timing for when he was thrown into the prison or dungeon. He was saying around past 3 a.m. We're wondering if he has a wristwatch in his hands to confirm the time, or there's a wristwatch, or there's a wall clock in the prison for him to know that. So that's one of the discrepancy I noticed. And secondly, I would like that you note that the anti-kidnapping unit did not categorically say that they did not categorically ask if he was 99% oppressed. But at the court, they had asked him if he was the one operating the faithless accounts 99% oppressed. So which is making a lot of Nigerians to think if he's 99% oppressed, or this is just another victim that the anti-kidnapping unit had arrested unlawfully, assuming him to be something else. But then the charges from the anti-kidnapping unit is based on kidnapping and armed robbery. But then we'll be leaving this to we'll be dropping the pen here to say that there are a lot of Nigerians out there who have experienced a similar thing. So, in as much as we've not known yet if the investigative journalist 99% oppressed is dead or alive or wherever he is, because currently his account is not functioning as it used to since the 5th of August 2024, and it is clashing with the same time this guy was arrested, which is raising a lot of questions. And they've asked him, some of his followers have asked him actually if he's 99% oppressed, but he hasn't directly answered that question, but he answered them in court. So there are still a lot of questions as to if this man is just another victim or is 99% oppressed, and he just did not want to disclose that so that it doesn't conflict with what he told them at the court, that he is not 99% oppressed. So here is the conversation. We'll be going on a quick break now, and as soon as we get back, we'll dive into another conversation. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.